Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Well, we saw all of the stores and mainly daycare centers getting busted for just having a location children. Hold on one second. All right. So they had locations, and they said these Somalians also have a bunch of shell corporations and don't have actual business sites and been collecting all this money. Well, now ICE and the feds have showed up on the scenes. So, as I was saying before, the arrests are probably beginning now. It's going to be a lot more. Probably the ones that are there but really didn't take part in anything will probably get deported, but the ones that did put in. They were doing all this work, and all these children were there and serving all this food to kids and all this stuff. They're going to jail. They are going to jail. And in fact, I found out earlier this morning a lot of people have been complaining to the Trump administration about their lack of arrest on these Somalians for all of this scamming. So here we are now. They are there and they are grabbing these people up now, you know? So, look, it's going to be a very interesting year for the Somalians, that's for sure. Mhm. Well, I know a lot of people are turning up on them and they can't handle it. And that's why you're seeing many of them come on videos pretty much pleading for our help. And you can't insult a people, call them lazy, and call us Jareer and all this other stuff y'all been doing, and then turn around and think you should get our support. No, we don't give out one-sided support anymore. That's the thing of the past. We can't offer you that. And why would we offer you help? Y'all got caught scamming. Why would we help scammers? It makes no sense that you think you should get help from us. So, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. So, they're going straight to these businesses now that the Somalians have. Boy, I guess they thought they were crying before. They ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go. Yeah, I got a couple of people emailing me Happy New Year. It's not the Hebrew New Year. It's the same year for us. Our year don't change until March. So the year has not changed for us. It changed for the Gentiles, and that's fine. All right, y'all. All right. So I got one. Thank you. There we go.
So the fraud has been completely obvious, and it's in our faces now. And the Trump administration has to do something about it. And I spent my entire day yesterday calling Trump administration officials, asking, "What the hell are you doing about this?" Like the entire country is demanding action and demanding it now. And we're proud to say that there's been some action. Is it sufficient to satisfy the appetite for a bunch of door kickers to go in and to raid these places? I don't know. Let's watch. Homeland Security investigation. ICE are on the ground in Minneapolis right now conducting massive investigation on childcare and other rampant fraud. More coming, says Christy Nome. Christy Nome posting this video of agents talking to a Somali business owner in Minneapolis.
Say like other businesses that you partner with that you use for a service of maybe transportation or anything like that.
No, but we provide usually better. I mean, you come like this, drop the kids, they go to work, and then we take care.
Awesome, awesome. And who actually oversees the receipt of those dollars?
I am glad that this is happening again. Like I wanted raids, I wanted tactical gear, I wanted what they did on January 6th to us. Frankly, I wanted what they did to Mar-a-Lago to happen to all of these businesses. But I am glad that at the very least there are investigations going on and they're asking questions. These videos are starting to circulate all around social media. Here's another one from DHS is on the ground in Minneapolis going door to door on suspected fraud sites. The American people deserve answers on how their taxpayer money is being used and arrests when abuse is found. Under the leadership of Secretary Noem, DHS is delivering results. You can see now they're here inside of a convenience store, but you need to start raiding the fake daycares, obviously kick in those doors and show that there are no children there and if these are empty buildings. I think ultimately that's what people want, but this is good. Let me explain why. It's good because you need pressure. You need people to know that there is going to be a consequence when you commit massive fraud. Right now, there's no consequences for these people. And so the fraud continues and will continue forever. If you don't investigate it, expose it, start asking questions, that makes every single business. Nobody wants an IRS audit, right? Nobody wants an IRS audit. So if you're
No, I don't care what party you're a part of. We should all care about fraud. Okay. I care about fraud. And I believe that what's happening with the Somali daycare centers, if that is fraud, sure, lock them all up. I'm pretty sure this has been an ongoing investigation for the past 2 years. So yeah, lock them up. But why are Republicans all of a sudden pretending that they care about fraud is my question. Because, and I'm not even going to attack Donald Trump here. It'll lead to a bunch of conservative people in my comment section saying he's never been convicted of fraud, even though, no, he literally has been convicted of fraud. It's like right here. You can read it. Regardless, if you believe Donald Trump has committed fraud or not, you can't say he gives a damn about fraud if thus far he has either commuted or pardoned 35 people who were convicted of fraud. This includes people like George Santos, who stole money from elderly people for his campaign. George Santos literally lied to elderly people for donations to his campaign and went and spent that money on Gucci shoes and fine dining in a high-rise apartment. I mean, it's just very interesting that conservatives want to even pretend like they give a damn about fraud. Again, as a moderate, I think all fraud across the board needs to be investigated and the consequences need to be brought. But don't sit here and pretend that you care about the Somali daycare centers while your president has actively pardoned 35 people who were convicted of committing millions and millions and billions of dollars of fraud. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow on my page again. Thank you. Goodbye.
Have you seen this video?
Based on what we have found so far, we believe that the Somali fraud operation in Minnesota is the single greatest theft of taxpayer dollars through welfare fraud in American history. We believe that we have only scratched the very top of the surface of how deep this goes. And you're familiar with all the scams with pretending that children have autism who are not in fact autistic, with pretending to enroll people in food programs when in fact nobody was ever enrolled, and engaging in massive fraud, lying, and theft and grift on a scale we've never seen before in American history. The total bill, the total tab for this is going to be far beyond the numbers we've already seen reported. We believe the state government is fully complicit in this scheme, and we believe that what we are going to uncover is going to shock the American people. Look, based on the records that we already have, this is a significant undercount, by the way. 75% of the Somali population in Minnesota is on welfare. But that's likely a significant undercount of just how much of a financial burden the Somali refugee population is imposing on this country.
You are harassed in front of the children. What kind of rule that? What law are you following?
Be the person that you're looking for, yes or no? You can simply answer my question. Is he the person that you're looking for?
Go for that. You could be. We're wrong.
ICE has been on the ground in Minnesota for a while now looking at these fraud claims. And one thing now the Homeland Security Investigation Special Agents are looking into is just that you said, that money trail of where this money is going to foreign aid. Obviously looking at any type of links to any criminal activity, obviously terrorism activity. And one thing you will see is that ICE is actually out there going with criminal warrants to conduct these investigations. So all too often you hear that ICE is just out there terrorizing the community or conducting administrative work. We've been on the ground in Minnesota conducting criminal investigations, and Homeland Security investigations has gone door to door to a lot of these suspected fraud sites all over St. Paul and Minnesota, and we're learning a lot.
This might offend some people, but it needs to be said. The average IQ of a person from Somalia is right around 70, okay? So the fact of the matter is they could not have been the originators of this multi-million-dollar fraud scheme we're seeing be unearthed in Minnesota. There are very powerful individuals on the left who want to exploit these individuals and who want to bring them in and make them be your problem, make them siphon off your tax dollars forever. And it goes so deep, they'll even inject this into the school system curriculum so that your own children will learn more about diversity and inclusion than they will about how to use the tax code to their advantage to make sure they can keep as much of their money as possible and keep it from being given to these entities who are going to waste it on illegal immigrants in the first place and fraudulent pyramid schemes propped up by the left. What's crazy is this even goes deeper than just Minnesota. Did you know that over the 2023-2024 fiscal year, over $47 billion in Obamacare subsidies were found to be unaccounted for? No idea where that money went. And guess what? That was funded by your tax dollars as well. This is the scheme, and the fear is nothing will come from this. The individuals will be allowed to walk free, even after it's been proven that they are the reason that so much of your tax dollars are wasted in the first place, and why so many individuals have come to this country who care nothing for the country or its customs. So we have to demand some action from this. Hopefully we will see some actual action, some large-scale arrests, because if we don't, there's nothing to look forward to for the average everyday American citizen who will continue to be used as a tool or a cog in the machine as the left continues to shake the country dry and give it away to anyone else besides American citizens. Those are the facts. That's just the truth. If it offends you, that's honestly not my problem. It's your problem. If you agree, let me know in the comment section down below.
The New York Post.
You can do it, folks.
Come on.
Do it.
Bombshell
Yeah.
ICE sweep in Minneapolis, St. Paul finds 50% of immigrants had committed immigration fraud. Now, of course, there is the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, and we call Minneapolis, St. Paul the cities of brother-sister love.
It's very true.
Very, very true.
Man, there's a whole country like this. Actually,
went there.
Yeah.
Several. There's a region actually.
Yeah, there's.
Don't their cousins usually, do something?
I don't know about that. I just know that brothers and sisters really love each other. Nearly half of all immigrants
What's
in
wrong with
Minneapolis,
loving
St.
your
Paul.
brother and sister, Tim?
It's a kind of love.
What do you mean?
Nearly half of all immigrants in the Minneapolis, St. Paul Twin Cities were found to have committed some form of immigration fraud during a recent sweep by immigration authorities. Officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstay, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visa, and many other discrepancies. Officials didn't point to a specific group, but the Twin Cities has seen a massive uptick in Somali refugees and immigrants in recent years, with more than 82,000 from the East African country living in Minnesota. Are they going to deport Ilhan?
That'd be so big.
So committing immigration fraud and education fraud as well, is grounds for having your citizenship revoked and being denaturalized. Every naturalized citizen knows this. They all know it is one of the penalties. And so, so if you lose your citizenship, then yes, you can be deported, and you have to be deported because you don't have a citizenship. Remember, she was a citizen of Somalia. She came over as a war refugee. Her father was on the losing side of a coup there. And she comes to the United States, and there's a lot of documentary evidence about something very strange going on with a man who, and remember, these stories about, we make the jokes about the brother stuff. Those stories originally came from the Somali community in Minnesota. There were blogs and rumors, and this all came up and said, well, wait a minute. And, there's different naming conventions. They have tribal naming conventions, which are different than sort of like the Western, first name, last name that we're used to in the US. And so people are coming up and saying, wait a minute, this guy doesn't have the same last name, but actually, if you understand the naming convention, he is her brother. And here's this marriage document. And again, a lot of these questions, a lot of this needs to get investigated. And here you have the USCIS director saying we found rampant fraud in immigration, specifically marriage fraud. And everyone knows, of course, that that marriage is, the green card marriage, this is something that's rampant because it puts you on the fast track to citizenship.
Let me ask you, Jack. What do you think happens in this country if they do denaturalize and deport Ilhan Omar? Meaning she is expelled from Congress, citizenship revoked, then sent back to Somalia. What's the left reaction?
I mean, they're going to freak out. They would be probably on the tarmac trying to stop the plane from
Yeah. So just know that a lot of these Somalians that get on videos saying, not all Somalians, trust me, if more than 50% of you are doing it, it's you can't keep coming on videos playing innocent. And then you keep saying the same thing. Oh, we got all of this in a generation. Okay, well, let's see you get all of that in a generation without scamming. Let's see you do it without scamming. I believe even some of you that were not directly involved, you were still indirectly involved. The bottom line is, yeah, you were able to achieve all that through crimes. Now, show us you can do it without committing crimes. You haven't demonstrated that. And another thing they failed to say, the unemployment among them, y'all, is excessively high. So between the scamming and all the ones among you that don't work at all, how are you making it? You're making it off of scam money. That's how you're making it. That's why they're not working. They don't feel no need to work. They got all that scam money. Unemployment, I think, is like 30% among them. That is absolutely outrageous. They don't feel the need to work because they got all that stolen money. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. And you need to get off of these videos talking about not all, not all. You need to just get off of the videos because at this point, Somalian reputation is tarnished. And there is nothing you gonna babble up on a video that's gonna change things right now. This country is demanding your arrest. Okay? It doesn't matter what you keep babbling about on some damn video. They want results. They want Trump to put all of you away. So that's what they're in the process of doing, y'all. Whether they like it or not, that's what's happening. All right. So what's next? Well, we're going to talk about Europeans that are scamming through gift cards. So that live will be coming up at 1:45. I guess America, it's something about America where all these foreigners see as an easy gateway to scam and get millions and billions of dollars of money. So it's something y'all must have put out there because now you know why they are attracted to this place like a magnet. They are because it's an easy place to scam. Plus, all of these, one thing they all know when they come to America is racism. And because of racism, they know y'all gonna watch us above all others. These foreigners even know that. You're going to watch the quote unquote black community above everybody else. And every last one of these foreigners coming in here know this. Why? Because you white people have put that out there. Oh, black people commit the most crimes. Oh, black people, oh, you can't trust them. You can't believe them. See, you put that message out there to the world. So when these folks come in here, they automatically know they can do all kinds of stuff and not be watched because you made that message clear to everybody worldwide. We were the problem. We had to be watched. You had to look over us and we had to be the most punished. And you put that message out to the world. So now when these folks come here, they know darn well you ain't going to watch them. They already know it before they get on this soil. So, you know what? In a sense, you got just what you deserved. You got what you deserve. And when they start looking nationwide, this scamming thing is going to explode. Wait until they get into more states. It's going to explode. But see, you weren't interested in watching a Somalian. You were interested in watching a Black American. Always remember that. That's why they got away with $9 billion. And now I'm hearing it could possibly be $18 billion that they stole. Because, see, you weren't interested in watching them. You're interested in watching and sabotaging us. So, hey, deal with it. Now you're going to have to run around and try to gather all these people up. Good luck. Y'all stay away from ICE. Don't join ICE. Don't help these people do nothing. They wanted it like this, where we were the most watched and the most untrusted. And now you deal with this situation. You don't want us anyway. You don't like DEI. So you should not want our help at all. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I will see you at 1:45, where we'll get into Europeans that did gift card scamming here in America. Immigrants from Europe. Shalom, family.